The African National Congress Integrity Commission has recommended that Party Secretary General Ace Magashule step aside pending the outcome of his fraud and corruption case or be suspended. The Commission says the decision must apply without fear of favor. Magashule has indicated that he would abide by the decision. Right, beachgoers in the Eastern Cape have had their wings clipped following the COVID-19 announcement by President Cyril Ramaphosa last night that beaches are to close. With the Eastern Cape being identified as a COVID hotspot, beaches will officially be closed from tomorrow until January the 3rd. Today is the last day beach lovers can get their dose of vitamin C. We cross to our reporter Anda Nqonji on the Port Elizabeth beachfront. And how are people responding to this announcement by the President?
Well, a very good morning to you. What I can tell you now is that it is a very bright and beautiful day in the Nelson Mandela Bay, and a number of people have come out in numbers to, come and have their last swim. As of course, it has been announced that today would be the very last day before the shutdown of all the beaches in the Eastern Cape and in the Nelson Mandela Bay. People are actually sad. Some of them saying that they're frustrated. We have met quite a number of tourists as well, saying that they came for Johannesburg, for an example, to come and enjoy the beautiful beaches of Port Elizabeth, but now they were very disappointed to learn that they cannot be going to beaches, especially during big days like tomorrow. They said that this was quite unexpected for them, and that had they known, they wouldn't have even bothered coming to this side. But we have also met a number of people also saying that they fully understand the intense regulations that have been introduced in this Nelson Mandela Bay, especially when you consider the resurgence of COVID-19, and when you also consider the fact that a number of hospitals in the Nelson Mandela Bay and also within the Eastern Cape are full, and the health system or healthcare system is very much under pressure. And with the resurgence and a number of people getting sick, it might get to a point whereby it collapses, and to a point whereby even the sick people will not be able to go to their homes, or to the hospital rather. But I'm going to speak to a couple of people who are going to tell us how exactly they really feel about this closure. A very good morning, sir. First of all, can I ask if you guys are from Port Elizabeth?
Yes, well, from Utenhage.
Utenhage, okay. And how do you feel about the recent announcement by the President yesterday of the closure of beaches?
I mean, it's sad. You'd like to come to the beach during the holidays, but it's the hard thing to do. And sometimes, the good thing isn't the easy things to do. Sometimes you need to do something harder to get everything back to the way they were.
And I know that tomorrow is usually one day that people would flock, especially to this part of the Nelson Mandela Bay. What are your plans for tomorrow then?
Staying at home, staying safe. I mean, the thing is, we'd like to, we think about ourselves so many times that we don't think about other people. So just staying at home, keeping yourself and other people safe, I think is the main thing to do.
And ma'am, how do you feel about the closure of the beaches?
Again, it's sad. I really love coming to the ocean, especially over December when we have some time, but the virus is a reality, so I guess it's just for the greater good to just stay away.
And let's talk about the added restrictions as well in terms of the curfew time adjustment. How do you feel about the curfew times that have been introduced here?
We had a curfew before because we are in a hotspot area, so it's actually been extended by an hour for us. But it is necessary because people do tend to be irresponsible, and the only way that we're actually going to get through this with losing as little lives as possible is to stick to the restrictions.
Perfect. Those are just some of the Nelson Mandela Bay residents telling us how they feel about the closure of these beaches particularly. But I'm also going to speak to someone else who is just going to tell us how this has affected his business. We understand that businesses around here during this time of the year usually generate a lot of income, and that this has had quite a tremendous strain on the economy. And for locals who would come here and try and push their businesses, it is also going to be a strain in their finances and ultimately in the entire economy of the town. A very good morning, sir. How do you feel about the closure of the beaches?
Akuva kwamalwandle sesibethakela kakhulu ne because ibhizinesi zethu zotshona ngoku asizokwazi ukwenza imali, sichaneke nyani icorona isibethile wena sisi wami, kunzima nyani. Wesi nge-16 ngomso bese kwenza imali kakhulu wena sisi, because ngoku isichanile loo nto, kuzoba nzima ibhizinesi zethu zotshona ngoku.
khasicacisele ngebusiness yakho kahle kahle into yoba wena wenza ntoni na kwaye ubuzawugenerate imali njani na ngomso na ngezinye iintsuku ezinkulu.
Ibhizinesi yam wena sisi yam kuzofota apha elwandle yenze imali but ngoku isichanile kakhulu wena sisi kuzoba nzima senze imali sizawubethakala siziphotograph kakhulu ubethekala kakhulu wena sisi wam.
That was just one of the photographers that usually stand by the beach side or by the beach walk, taking or capturing moments for those who have come with their families and who are enjoying themselves to ensure that this moment or their moments are memorable. But he is saying that actually he's very frustrated because now the beach is going to close, and that means that there'll be no beachgoers. And we had a conversation with some of them earlier on, some saying that they are even students, and this is how they actually get to generate money for registration and money for groceries towards the beginning of the year, so that they can be comfortable while NSFAS, is working towards giving them the bursaries. But they say that they're really frustrated now. They do not know what they're going to do. But some of them actually say that they understand that these times call for strict measures and that it's really desperate times for the Nelson Mandela Bay. But even so, it is really going to put a very hard strain on them and their businesses. But right now, from me, Anda Nqonji, it's back to you.
And while I have you, that thread that keeps coming up over and over again, the need to balance saving lives and the need to save businesses, especially small businesses, coming up in that conversation you're having with that person who says they would have been very busy tomorrow.
Well, indeed, there is really a situation within the Eastern Cape and in fact in the whole country where you really need to choose between saving either the economy, and saving, your local people who are busy trying to upgrade their businesses or to try and generate some bit of income and also trying to save lives. But of course we do see right now that the priority for this municipality and for this province in particular is to rather save lives before you can actually proceed with anything else in terms of the economy. But we have also seen that there have been some exceptions made in terms of places like bars and places like taverns and places like restaurants remaining open so that they can make sure that the local economy remains on par, and that despite the fact that this province might suffer in terms of the beaches closing and in terms of holiday goers returning back to their various areas or tourists returning back to their areas, but at least something is being done to boost their economy still.
Anda, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed in terms of reactions to that announcement by President Cyril Ramaphosa that beaches will be closed from tomorrow.